1 million subs and we'll auction Alex off for
Sexual favors.
Welcome back to the Words Are Hard show, guys. We have a randomizer. We're going to get topics and then do stuffs.
Yeah, random topic time.
Yeah, let's just jump right into it. We're not going to waste any time. You guys know what we do. We know what we do.
Okay.
What do we got?
A bit of a touchy subject. So, a little while back, we had taken a picture of ourselves and submitted it to a certain website.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this.
For those of you who don't know about... I don't think you need to pull it up. I kind of remember what was memorable about it. But if you guys do or do not know, there is a subreddit on Reddit called Roast Me, where basically you post a picture of yourself with a sign that says Roast Me. And
People are mean.
Yeah, people are... as harsh as possible. That's what a roast is.
They're so mean.
Essentially people
I still
will
cry
just,
myself to
will
sleep
just
at night.
roast you in the pictures. We'll roast the picture that you had posted and pretty much go from there. So I did want to talk about that a little bit because Alex had posted that. We did unfortunately end up having to delete the post because
People are creepy.
one person took it too far and he searched up the show and then he searched up us and tried to make comments about us from a personal perspective, not from the picture, which is kind of frowned upon, but at the same time it was just kind of like, all right, well, fuck you, I guess you ruined it for everyone.
Effectively, yeah. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. You can see the picture basically in this general area.
Remember.
Alex is going to forget to put it in.
Never remember.
Probably.
It was a picture of the three of us, so I know you'll have a hard time picturing that.
Yeah, it's nothing like this right here.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it was like this, except Greg was here.
Yeah.
No, I was on this side.
No, I was in the middle.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
he's saying.
I was on this side, then Greg, then Mike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, the way it ended up working out is...
Essentially, the general theme, the general point or consensus was that Alex was being held hostage by Greg and I, a.k.a. Mountain Men, Beardy McFatface, whatever the fuck. That was pretty much it. It was pretty much just a whole lot of what the fuck is Alex doing there?
See, which bothers me, because if I was going to hold a man hostage, I could do a lot better than Alex.
from closest
I'd
to far...
probably pick Jeff.
Well, Alex was pretty much the antithesis of, like, I think he was clean shaven at that point too. So
Ish,
he
yeah.
was very like baby faced compared to us, especially.
Yeah, but the picture didn't really work out because I think I was wearing a dark shirt.
Yeah.
So you couldn't tell I had the big massive beard. So people were saying that I was like the middle beard.
Yeah.
That bothered me more than I think the roast.
And my problem was that the angle had made it look like my beard was a neck beard as opposed to a beard. So
just to get it straight, look, this is all beard. This is all beard, and this is way more than that. That's weak compared to this.
Yeah, and
I don't have a neck.
We're not even going to talk about Alex's
man stubble. And
Exactly.
the neck is the only thing that's missing. Like, I don't have the neck beard.
I'm
so.
pretty sure I've seen women with more hair under their arms than Alex has on his face.
That's fair. So I mean, like, there's a lot of fat jokes, and then the one that you were mentioning specifically was the guy on the left looks like the Stockholm Syndrome suffering victim of the two lumberjack pedo rapists on the right.
Oh, we were both implied that time too, wasn't it?
No, I was wearing a sweater actually.
Oh, right.
Just a plain colored sweater. But that was probably one of my favorite ones because it was kind of funny. Because like, once you look at it, you kind of like see it. You're like, oh yeah, it does look like.
He's got Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
I would bet money that at least one of them has fucked food out of desperation.
Wasn't
Well,
me.
one of us isn't married, so.
Means it was you.
Well, no, it just means it was one of the married ones. You know what they say about that? I'm just kidding.
Whoa. You look like you all look like you shouldn't be allowed near pressure cookers, but one for a different reason.
I don't know what they meant by that.
I can tell you exactly what they meant. They meant that we look fat, so we shouldn't be allowed near a pressure cooker because we don't need any more fatty food, and he looks like he'd blow it up.
Oh. I thought it was because Alex looks stupid and we look
Well, that's essentially
like terrorists, but
So
Okay.
I put in the description. Top comments will end up on an upcoming episode, and the one at the very bottom, the very last one was.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the complete opposite. We're going with the one at the bottom.
Well, no, it's at the last one that was
Alex's
posted.
favorite was probably one of my least favorites, actually.
Well, no, but this one says, "Remind me not to have the top comment."
There you go.
I'm like, okay. The Three Biscuiteers. Another fat joke, of course, right? And I'd imagine that it's very difficult to understand your podcast with all of the "this is the first thing I've eaten in a week" face, stuffing, slurping, and finger-sucking hot feast noises.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm
No.
not sure what they mean by
It's
that.
just kind of bizarre,
We're
right?
fucking professional.
Professional as fuck.
Shit. This is the
We
first
have
day
never
of the
once eaten on camera either, so that's what these people don't even watch our show and they think they know us.
My favorite by far
Welcome to
was
the
you look
internet.
like you're about to help Gandalf find an onion ring, which I don't know what it is about that. I just love it so much.
See, they're not even
I
funny.
thought it was. I've heard that on like an actual roast before. Like that was taken from an unfunny roast of somebody else.
So from closest to farthest, you all look like a three-piece diagram showing how neckbeards undergo metamorphosis.
That was the one that bothered me because I was in the middle at the time.
And you
they
have
were
the
trying
biggest
to
beard.
insinuate that Mike's beard was bigger than mine. It is not. I have the bigger beard.
They were trying to insinuate that any of us have a neck beard.
Well, yeah, well, it's not even a neck beard. Look, this is all on my face. Look, this is not my neck. It's my face.
So
Screw you, Reddit. Screw you.
So Greg is giving us a perfect example of the exact opposite way to react to anything like this.
Words must.
Take it on the cusp, embrace the meme. You don't need to fucking.
No, I take everything
You
personally.
can't get pissed off at the internet because
No.
it will come back
No.
at you
I'm gonna get
1,000
pissed
times.
off at the internet.
As soon as we tag this video with roast me, it's gonna get fucked because of Greg's reaction.
Words must be tough for the three guys who've only heard the phrase restraining order.
I've never heard that term directed at myself.
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah, look, it's the fat Three Stooges: Mo Pie, Curly Fry, and Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, which one of us is Larry the Cable Guy?
I'm Larry.
Okay,
Like, he wears the ball cap, so I mean, I guess.
you could
I'd
take
rather
that.
be Larry the Cable Guy.
But I mean,
Fuck.
no. How's Plan Z going for you?
Plan Z?
Yeah.
They're insinuating
well-
that we've failed at everything else we've done.
Well,
so.
we changed the format so often that this
See, no,
probably
you're,
would be-
you're going on the assumption that this person actually watches the show.
no, I'm just saying that like
So-
we are technically on Plan Z.
So you
No,
got
only
all
on like peer Q.
What?
all the fat jokes and stuff didn't really bother you, Mike. But you were annoyed and pissed off at this specific comment regarding
Cold
the
Read of
guitars.
Three Pig-Eyed Gentlemen, Led Zeppelin 4, Wish You Were Here, Abbey Road fan art, some sort of lawsuit, ES 335, and an abomination of a Warlock base. I'm guessing fan fiction keeps your mom's grey curtains closed and your words to yourselves. Alright. My curtains, my house, real guitars, first of all, real albums, no... Yeah, fan art.
I mean, this is fan art, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you.
I like how you literally just chastised me for freaking out and reacting about a comment, and then you turn around and do the exact same thing.
I'm not
Here's the thing.
freaking
This
out.
is not a knockoff
Yeah,
like
you
Warlock,
can,
right?
You can make fun of me all you want. That's fine.
Just don't rip on your guitars.
yeah. I mean, like,
like it's not a ripoff, right? Like you mentioned, like that's
yeah,
it's like it's legit, yeah. So like fuck
they're
you.
legit, and I'm proud of them.
And these are all actual records. Like these are like the original albums, and they're just behind glass and they're framed
Yeah,
because Mike's cool like that.
yeah. You can make fun of me all you want.
Mike
You
can thank his mom for those.
Yeah, you can call me as fat as you want. You can talk about my beard, my weight, my anything.
So I mean, yeah, very few of them were original. They were all going after the neck beard, which none of us have neck beards per se. I mean, I forgot
It
to
was the
easy-
angle of the
shave, but-
It's easy to see somebody with a beard on the internet and kind of.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, make the pedo joke and like, I mean, again, fat joke. If things don't work out, you can always roast the coffee at Starbucks, which is weird. That's more of like you're terrible at roasting people, go roast coffee at Starbucks. It's more like how I would picture that.
Yeah. One of them said something about they said something about your podcast career must have really taken off, or blah blah blah, when you realized you had a face for podcasting. It's like I really appreciate that you think that we're good enough to have this done for a living.
That's the thing, right? I guess someone was.
You know what they were hinting at.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the thing. Someone said.
I get the joke. I'm saying that like they think that we're.
Well, there's one person specifically that said, when someone told you you had the face for radio, no one expected you to actually take it seriously and make a living out of it. I'm like, well, that's okay.
Implying I make a living out of it.
Which is,
boy, are you wrong.
Yeah. So I mean,
diabetes joke. Yeah, I bet y'all thought this was your chance to really take in some new listeners, didn't you? Not gonna lie, maybe.
Yeah, I could have told you that wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, I told you that wasn't going to work. I just told you I didn't care.
I know a couple of magicians. I know a couple of musicians like you. They now work labor. It's like, well, none of us work labor jobs. So
none of us. Well, he's a musician, but we aren't.
I play guitar passively, and by passively I mean I know chords and just strum.
I mean,
like
I pass it
said,
to the other person.
He's a musician. We're not.
I don't know. I play solo. So low you can't hear it. So what's the so just coming off of that, what's the worst insult that anybody has ever thrown at you?
Someone once made fun of my last name, and I got really pissed and smacked them with the keyboard in the face. But that was in school. Fun fact.
How did they make fun of your last name?
They used to.
Why would that offend you?
That was where I was going.
Okay. You're talking to somebody whose last name is spelt and pronounced weird.
Sure.
I've spent my whole life with the weird last name. I've been ripped on for last name so much, and it's just.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because I'm proud of it. So like.
Well, no, I guess they
putting myself.
They used a rhyming word for homophobe or gay. They used a rhyming word for gay, and I used it with my last name. And like, oh fuck that! Picked up the keyboard, ripped it out of the computer, and smacked the guy in the face with it.
You were a violent child.
Yes.
You were queer, Legier.
For like, this was like one period, and the guy didn't say it again. No one dared after I smacked him with the keyboard. Like,
I'm going to refer to you as Queer Legier from now on.
I will fucking beat you.
You don't scare me.
I will go through you.
You don't scare me.
I don't know. I've had. You guys don't react well to stuff like this, especially where you told me you kind of take it. You take like insults or
there's some things that I just won't.
Well.
Yeah, I will not take well. I will beat you. Yeah.
I feel like that's just an extreme reaction to something that's.
Sure.
What about you, Greg? Is there anything that anybody's ever shot at you?
I'm sure there was, but I can't think of something specific right off the top of my head, other than the guy who thought that I was the middle beard. That
one time when I was walking home after a very drunk and stony night at my buddy's place, it was the following night, and I was walking home, and there was this underpass tunnel sort of thing that was like really sketchy, and I would have rather run across the highway that it went under.
Sure.
But anyway, so I was going under it, and I was walking, and I was listening to Mastodon, I'm pretty sure. And I had not prepared to go over to my buddy's place, so we go over, and we're eating, we're drinking, we're smoking pot, and then the next morning, I'm just sort of walking home. So I'm gross. I'm not groomed. I'm not anything. And I walk past this one guy who used to pick on us all the time, and he walks by, and for some reason, he just looks over and he goes, "Your breath smells like shit, and your music sucks." And I was like, why? Why did you say that? And like it bothered me because I was just like, what's going on in his life that he felt the need to, you know what I mean?
Why
to just say
so
that,
I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck? And at the same time, I was like, Mastodon's awesome. I was very confused.
See, and that's why I don't really let many things get to me nowadays. So, I mean, that's, not really the thing. I have relatively thick skin. I was going to mention it when we were talking about comedy and how people should go into comedy shows expecting, like, just basically turning their brain off, like, so that they won't be offended by things.
Yeah.
And I kind of have that whole mentality among my life in most cases. There are the small things that will get to me. I will beat you. I am not kidding.
What's up with
When
Pierre
you-
Legier? What's his problem?
I don't know.
Greg, you're
Apparently
lucky.
it's
There's $300 worth of recording equipment in front of us.
Apparently he's not proud of enough of his last name.
Yeah.
No,
You should be
so it's-
proud.
Also, he's scared to be queer, I guess.
Yeah. What's wrong with
It's and
There's nothing wrong with that. Alex.
there's not, no, but it takes me
If
back
it's time for
to
you to come out of the closet, it's
Yeah.
okay. We
So-
will love you.
We're here.
We're
We're
accepting
Johnny-
queer, and we're all named Alex Legier.
so. You're not between me. There's no recording gear between the two of us. No, so like Jonathan Glucky actually put it rather well. He like there were all these gay accusations against him, and he went on some talk show and he's like, why aren't you defending yourself against this? He's like, well, I don't see the point in defending myself against something that's not offensive,
Yeah.
right? Which is fine. And of course, at the time, maybe there was a little bit of homophobia. Sure,
Yeah.
I had gay friends at the time, and it didn't really bother me too
Well,
much.
the
but
problem is that when you're in school, is that being
Kids are-
seen as
Yeah.
a bad thing.
exactly, kids are mean.
Yeah, if you
basically
were,
is what I'm
if
saying.
you were gay, then
And it brings me back to that point. When I hear that, I get pissed. So I get a little bit angry. Even just thinking about it from time to time, right? Like something will trigger that and remind me of it. And I'm like I saw a video. I literally saw a video of a guy getting hit in the face with a keyboard. And I'm like,
I remember doing that
Fuck.
to someone once.
that's the thing. Like keys flew off. Like
yeah.
I think he chipped a tooth too, which was kind of funny.
I think I used to get really offended with any sort of fat jokes or anything like that. Actually, what really got me was when isn't really insults so much as comments.
Sure.
I used to eat a lot. I was 6 feet tall when I was like 12, 13 years old, right? Like I was tall, and I wasn't big. I was thin.
Yeah.
And I remember once I went to school at middle school, and I was just like, oh my god, I got a bunch of extra money. I'm gonna go buy the biggest lunch ever. It was like pizza, poutine, giant brownie,
I'm still
like-
hungry and now you're talking
like a
about food.
big
Oh.
fucking tray full of food. And some girl was like, holy shit, you're gonna eat all that? And I was like, that bothered me. And I was just like, yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. So it isn't really insults, I guess, that get to me.
It's just certain comments can get to you.
Um,
Is that what you're thinking?
Not even that, really, because I feel like I could just brush things off. I just don't care. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think you were getting quite upset about all the times we were joking about you being racist, though, there for a while. That started to get to you. But that probably had more to do with the fact, not so much as it bothered you, so much as it was how it made you look, and you didn't want to...
Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with that.
There's so many out of context quotes, though. I mean, it can be saying the same can be said for all of us,
Oh, yeah.
right? Just like
We tended to kind of pick on Mike a little bit more than the rest of
You
us.
can, if somebody were to come up to me and they're just like, you're a racist, I wouldn't take it as an insult, because I'd be like, that
That
I'm
doesn't
not.
make any sense.
Because
I'm
I'm
not.
not.
What are you
you know?
talking about? Yeah.
There's two different ways that I can not take an insult. One, I don't care, or two, I just know it's not true.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
or three, it's not necessarily an insult. If somebody came up to me and they're like, "You're gay," and it's like, well, I'm not, but if I was, like, I don't.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't
It's just
really
like
care.
I don't get these 12-year-old like screechers on like in games, right? They're like,
On Xbox.
oh, well, I fucked your mother last night. I'm like, all right, well, my mother's dead, so
Your
what
mom's
now?
not dead.
No,
No.
he's trying to make kids think that.
She's a sweetheart. Well, I think
And
that's
then they're so yeah, because I fucked her so hard. And like,
yeah, I think that's the worst thing to come back at, like just not feeding into it.
No,
at all.
exactly,
It's-
yeah.
I fucked your mother last night. Oh,
oh, okay. Well, how
Did
did
you
she
take her out for supper first?
That would still be feeding into it, I feel.
like?
Just like
I don't know. Then there's just like people like, oh, you're so bad. You're literally cancer. Like the whole Counter-Strike Go Like CS:GO, the whole community is toxic as fuck, and it's hysterical though.
What is it with you liking these toxic environments?
We were playing Rust.
CS:GO and Rust.
And somebody came in and they were attacking me and killing me, and then I was like, Alex, come help me, and Alex came out and killed him. And while he was like incapacitated on the ground, he's like, "Oh yeah, you fucking stupid pussy! I'm gonna come back and fucking kill you, you piece of shit faggot! Fuck you!" And I was like, "Okay."
What's wrong in your life, man? Like, what's going on in your life?
I don't like. I was just like, "Cool,
Yeah.
kill him."
I'll see you when you come back.
All right, see you then. Like, it doesn't like. Do people think that? People seem to think that saying the harshest thing possible
Yeah.
is going to bother you, and they're like, "You're a stupid, dumb cunt, faggot," and it's like, that doesn't bother me.
No, exactly.
So it's like there's literally nothing in the English language harsh enough to offend me. I don't think. I haven't heard it,
no.
and I've heard a lot of things in my time. Trust me. So
Same can't be said about Queer Leger over here, though.
yeah,
I will break you.
Any lessons learned?
I learned something that
I will
gets under
break you.
Alex's skin. Let's be honest, I'll probably forget all about it after this episode.
You better.
With my memory.
Lessons learned. I'm not really, offended by much, but there's certain people in this world that I will go through you. I will end you.
Lessons learned: just be proud of your names, and don't let people apply titles to it that aren't actually offensive. Hey guys, thanks for watching that episode of the Words Are Hard show. Let us know your mean comments down in the comment section below. Don't write anything nice. I want to hear the mean comments. Greg doesn't, but keep them coming. I don't care. Also, let us know some of the topics you want to hear along with a request. If your topic is drawn, we'll do that request to the best of our abilities. You can also follow us on social media. Links in the description for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We also have a merch store where you can buy some of our merchandise down there. We don't see a penny of that, but it's a whole lot of fun. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the channel icon between Alex and I here. If you want to watch a previous episode, click over here between Greg and I. Thanks for watching.